Yeah, yeah, yeah. Black society. Yeah, yeah. A white man says that Bart Emerson Jr. was the one who unalived Nolan Wells, and he gives his reasons why. Listen to this.
Bart did it. Now, this is allegedly, but I believe that Bart did it. I believe that Bart had some type of relationship with Katie. Katie was obviously with Nolan. Bart had a jealous rage seeing a young black male with a white female. We know in states like Mississippi, I see it all the time in my community, where white guys get jealous to see black guys with white girls. I've seen it a million times, and people who deny this are flat out lying. I believe what happened was that Bart put Nolan in a chokehold, and he didn't realize his own strength, and Nolan did not wake up. Hence the reason why we hear in the background of the CETO call, we hear, "Damn it, Bart, Nolan, wake the fuck up, is he dead?" All this is allegedly now. Well, if he just accidentally killed him, then why wouldn't they bring him to the police? Because Bart has so much to lose. He was the star football player on his way to the NFL. A manslaughter charge, whether it's involuntary or voluntary or a negligent homicide, is not going to look well on his resume and would obviously disqualify him from his NFL career. Because of his football stardom, and apparently he has a family with the same pedigree, he has clout around town enough to get people to remain silent, enough to help construct an alibi, and also put the fear of God in these kids. Tell them that you're also going to be implicated in this, and we're all going to go down. We're all going to be arrested. Also, why they tried to place Bart not at the scene initially.
Yeah, everybody.
Now they went on a speaking tour. Warren did the most talking, and listening to him talk with Officer Tatum, he almost did too much talking and told on the crew. Warren says that when they got the boat back, that he went upstairs to talk to the father of one of the kids rather than hanging out with everybody downstairs. He says that they were talking about boats up there. Now, why would you even bring this up? Like, why would this even be a part of the story if it was such an innocuous thing that you were just going upstairs to randomly talk to a father about boats? The reality is because they weren't talking about boats. They were constructing an alibi and a cover story. And when they came downstairs, it was automatically like, oh, what happened to Nolan? Where is Nolan? Has anybody seen Nolan? Let's call the Coast Guard. Why would they call CETO? Why would they call the Coast Guard? Because it creates a timeline. It creates like a paper trail of where they could have been anywhere but with Nolan. Also, why would you call the Coast Guard if you truly believe that Nolan just was behind with the girl Katie? Even if Katie had came back at that point, why wouldn't you think he's off with some other girl or doing something else? Why would you think something nefarious happened? Why? Because you had his phone and you knew that something nefarious happened. Again, this is allegedly.
So, there you have it, a white guy on TikTok. You know, basically, y'all heard what he said. He said he feels like Bart Emerson Jr., you know, the one who, you know, in the CETO call, we heard, damn it, Bart, you know, it's big now, it's viral. He's saying what everybody else is basically thinking, and everybody alleging, is that, you know, everybody feels like Bart, you know, did it, like he has some part or something happened with Bart. Everybody feels the same way, but this guy is saying that he said alleged, but then he said Bart did it. He said because he most likely got mad that Nolan Wells was dating a white girl. And he said that he's from Mississippi, and he basically saying that's how they get down out there. The white guys don't like, you know, when the black males date the white women, and you know they get upset about it, and you know he's saying they act upon it. So he basically saying that's what happened with Bart and what happened with Nolan Wells. He basically said, hey, Bart got mad, got at Nolan, and that's how it went. That's what this guy is saying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and like I said, this is something that everybody has been pondering on. This is something that everyone, all nationalities, not just black, white, whatever, has been saying the same thing about this Bart guy, okay, he's now in Wyoming. I guess he's been in Wyoming playing football, but you know everybody just not knowing about it. You know, but he's in college up there at Wyoming. You know, playing football. I think he's like the punter or something like that. And, you know, now there's other things come out, that, his brother selling a boat and, um, you know, what happened? Did Bart take the body? It's just so much that's coming out with this thing, and so many questions that people have, and people's wondering why. Bart, why, his father, whatever the case may be, they lawyered up and trying to sue people for saying anything and all this other kind of stuff. Man, it's freedom of speech. You can't sue people for saying anything. Um, but everybody's wondering why they're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's a whole mystery, behind the whole Nolan Wells case. And it's like everybody is like going to other places and, not saying nothing and, don't want to tell nothing and don't want to, you know what I mean? They keeping it silent. You know what I mean? So, everybody's, making their own speculations. Um, but like I said, this guy here said, hey, I know Mississippi and I know how the white young men do down there. And they do not like for the black young men to be, popping it with those white girls. They don't like it for them to pop it with those white girls. They don't like it. That's basically what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? He basically saying that he done seen it happen before. He said he's seen situations like this happen before and maybe have been with the same outcome. But he not going to tell who it was or what situation. Or, I'm pretty sure he not going to tell that. But he did give us some insight on what happens when black men date white women or white girls or whatever in Mississippi, and how the Caucasian males down there feel about that type of situation. So this man didn't put some knowledge in our ear. You know what I mean? And he basically he said alleged at first, but then he said, Bart did it. That's exactly what he said. And I had another video where a white woman was saying the same thing. She was saying he did it. She was saying the same thing, because we're all wondering why, in the CETO call, why did they say, damn it, Bart? We're all wondering why. Like, why did that come out? What was the reference? Like, what were they talking about? Like, what was going on at that point in time? You know what I mean? What was the situation? We all have been wondering. All of us been wondering. But y'all heard it from the horse's mouth. This guy say, hey, that's who done it. But I think that's everywhere. Like every race of men, even black men, a lot of times get mad when, black women date outside their race. So I don't think if they say that that races don't get mad because of that, a lot of races do, especially Hispanic men. Oh, they hate it. Black men dating them, oh, they hate it. Black men dating they women, they despise it. But every race, I think every race is like that. And they may say they ain't racist, but when it comes to that, a lot of them don't like it, and I've seen it a lot of times too. Black men dating white women, and then how they look at them when they walk in somewhere, it's like the stares, like, oh, man, what is she doing with him? It's like that. It's like that. So there's no telling what happened with this situation. What if it was that? Or what if it was the fight thing? And Nolan was trying to get his phone back and, they all jumped on him, whatever the case may be. But this man, like I said, this man is saying Bart did it because he was upset. Or maybe a lot of guys did because they was upset that Nolan Wells was messing with that white girl. But look at me, y'all like, y'all comment, y'all share, y'all subscribe to the channel. Tell me what y'all think. Purchase a super thanks. so we can help the community and further the channel. To the next video. Y'all know what it is. It's Black Society TV and Podcast. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Black Society. Yeah.